Hi guys, this is Erica from Gokce Capital. Now before I begin, be sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. During California's gold rush, swarms of prospectors flocked to Nevada County in search of financial freedom. Today, it attracts those who seek another kind of freedom. We'll learn more at the end of this video, but first, if you wish to live off-grid, you are going to need solar backup power. And in today's video, we have the top things you should know. Number 1. What is solar backup power? A backup power system is one that can provide electricity when the grid is down or your solar panels don't work. Number 2. How does solar backup power work? With a battery system, excess solar power is stored in a battery during daylight hours in order to give you energy independence from both the grid and the sun. Thus, it will kick in at night or when the grid goes down. Number 3. More and more people are selecting batteries as their solar backup system. Here are the advantages. First of all, you could save money. Currently, solar backup systems are eligible for federal tax incentives and also allow you to avoid peak utility rates by drawing power from batteries during the most expensive times of the day. On top of this, if you get lithium-ion batteries, you typically won't have to do any additional maintenance. And of course, you'll also always have power, even during an outage. Number 4. What are the disadvantages of solar backup power? Although prices are declining, solar batteries are relatively expensive, which doesn't make them an accessible option for everyone. But even generators have a fairly high upfront cost, and you will need to pay for gas to keep them powered. And number 5. How do you find the right solar battery backup option for you? The first question you should ask is how much capacity do you need? Larger batteries can store more power, but they will also be more expensive. Equally important is cost. Solar batteries still have relatively high price tags. However, the best way to think about it is through the lens of long-term costs and savings. Another thing you should consider is solar readiness. You need to make sure the battery you're purchasing will work with your current solar panels. Some batteries require a lot of expensive modifications, while others work on a nearly out-of-the-box basis. And finally, design. Your battery is an accessory to your home. So if you are going to be seeing it on a regular basis, you may want to consider one that is aesthetically pleasing. But having said all this, you may still be wondering, do I really need my own solar battery system? Why don't I just use the grid? Well, that's a choice that many consumers make. But increasingly, many others are going fully off-grid. Just ask Alan Savage. Alan is a real estate agent in Grass Valley, a town in Nevada County, California. He bought an off-grid home 6 years ago and has sold hundreds of other such properties. Unlike the local utility customers, Alan says he and his clients never lose power. "I don't think I'll ever go back to being on the grid," Alan told one reporter. Back in 2010, an off-grid home would cost well over $100,000 and would still require a diesel or propane generator to supply enough power. This is because the lead-acid batteries available were expensive, inefficient, and a pain to maintain. Today, the cost of the more robust lithium-ion batteries has dropped 87% to a price of around $15,000. Though this may still sound expensive, this price range actually makes practical sense for many Nevada County residents. Consider the case of Wim, who recently built an off-grid home in Woodside. Though Wim is right across the street from homes connected to the grid, the utility company told him it would cost over $300,000 to build a trench that would extend electric service to his property. For that same price, he could simply build his own solar system with an extremely large battery. So he did, and while his neighbors have seen blackouts 3 times since he moved in, he has not lost power once. In fact, he produces so much energy that he started to mine Bitcoin with the excess. But just in case you think you need to be wealthy to purchase a battery backup, consider the Cancinos. Pepe Cancino is a former home healthcare worker who lost his job during the pandemic. With their lives upended, the Cancinos decided to move closer to nature and bought 5 acres in the snow-capped mountains of rural Nevada County. Given their remote location, it it would have cost more than $50,000 to hook their property up to the grid. So they bought 2 shipping containers and built a solar array on top, complete with battery storage. As a bonus, the containers also serve as an office and guest house. So though battery backup is still expensive, it's fast becoming affordable enough for thousands of homesteaders to make their dream a reality. And as rising temperatures and natural disasters make grid power more unreliable in states as far-flung as Louisiana and California, an increasing number of people have begun to see off-grid solar as a practical option. We, in fact, are one of them, having recently installed a small off-grid system to power a few key electronics. And perhaps you plan to do so too. If so, let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? You're going to love our Gokce Land Due Diligence program. We'll make you a land due diligence expert in just 7 days. Check it out at gokcecapital.com/glad. And while you're at our website, don't forget to explore our $1 down properties at gokcecapital.com/listings. Finally, don't hesitate to reach out. You can email, call, or text, and we will respond as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and more to come.